Hey guys, what's up? It's Taking Grace with another first-person shooter video. In today's video, we're gonna learn how to shoot our weapons. That's right, we're finally at the good stuff where we can learn how to add the firing logic to our weapons so that we can fire each individual weapon. We're gonna be working inside our weapon class where we're gonna be adding the ammo logic as well as the firing logic inside the parent class, and then we'll tweak a couple of things inside each gun so that they fire properly. If you're new here, welcome to the first person tutorial series here. If you're interested in getting caught up, this is video number 11. So far we work with data assets, attachments, animations, and picking up and dropping off the weapon. Consider subscribing to the channel, new videos every Saturday. But I'll stop firing off my mouth. Let's get into the project. Alrighty, everybody. So what we're gonna do here first is we are gonna go inside the weapon class. We're gonna open that up here. All right, so let's just start by looking over here. We have current ammo as an integer already, so that's perfect and exactly what we need. What we do need to do is make a macro. So we're gonna add this and we're gonna say has ammo left is what we're gonna call it. Lefty, add has ammo lefty. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab current ammo. We're gonna drag out of here and we're gonna just say greater than 0. That's it. And we're gonna plug this in. And that's gonna let us know if we have basically ammo in our magazine. And then we're gonna do this check every single time we fire our gun. And once it does hit 0, then we're gonna not fire anymore, obviously. So, all right, that's a nice, easy way to start the video here. Let's get into the actual logic now. So we're gonna go to the event graph here. All right, so what we need to do first in the event graph is just come down here. We're gonna create a custom event. And we're gonna call it single fire, okay? So by that naming convention, you can probably figure out that we're going to be doing alternate fire modes in this tutorial series. It won't be in this video. We're just going to do the basic fire logic and then do a couple of other things first. And then we're going to come back and do the alternate fire modes. We're going to do both auto and burst fire. Okay. So in this event here, what we need to do first is we need to check, do we have ammo? We're going to drag that out. And we're gonna move this over because I actually forgot. The first thing we actually need to check for is that we can fire. So we're gonna get our gameplay tag and we're gonna say has tag. And we need to check and make sure that we can fire. So I think by accident, I added both can fire into shooting and to weapons. So I can't delete this for some reason. The engine won't let me unless I can get rid of it now. Let me see if I can. Shooting. Can fire, delete tag, cannot delete tag. Okay, so we can't delete the tag. Unfortunately, that's sad because I'm pretty sure I've consistently used weapon can fire, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's actually do like an OR node here. So let's drag this out and let's get an OR node just to clean it up. I think we want a NOR. Sorry, I got confused. NOR. Yeah, so yeah, the NOR is the one I want. So yeah, so we're gonna basically, if either one of these are false, it's gonna go down the false branch, if I understand correctly. Okay, and then that way we don't have to do double branches, which is kind of annoying sometimes. All right, so we can fire and we have ammo. We're gonna come into the true branch and we are going to add a gameplay tag. Whoop. Gameplay tag. We're gonna add gameplay tag. The one we're gonna add is firing, if we have that one. Do we have firing, or do we need to add it? Oh, shooting is firing. That's the one we want. Okay, so is firing. So we're gonna add that on there to let the engine know that we are firing our gun so that other things can react accordingly. Okay, then we're gonna drag it here. We're gonna get a sequence. There's a couple things we need to do in a specific order. Leave then 0 empty because that's going to be our muzzle flash, which we're gonna, I said we were gonna make that in the next video, in the last video, but I mean, why would you make a muzzle flash before you fire, right? So anyways, so yeah, that'll be muzzle flash. This is where we're gonna make another macro actually, and we're going to say -1 bullet. Okay, so in this macro, we are going to add execution pins. We'll just say X. Sure, execution pin. Let's drag that in here to add one here as well. And we'll just execution pin 2, sure, why not? We need to grab our current ammo. We need to -1. And then we need to set. Actually, you know what? What am I doing? Drag this out, hit minus. and we're done. Why is this a macro? It's just cleaner. It will be cleaner because we're going to be reusing this a couple of times here. So there we go. So -1 bullet. We're going to go back to our event graph and we're going to add -1 bullet into the then one. Okay, we're going to leave then two blank as well. This one we're going to add the procedural recoil that we're going to make in a future video, as well as our crosshair update, because our crosshair is going to get bigger when we shoot. And then also the gunshot sound effect is going to go there as well. Okay, so as of right now, that should be it. So what we're going to do here is we are going to come into the false branch now, because if we've run out of ammo, or if we can no longer fire if we're like reloading or switching our weapons or whatever the case is, we need to create another custom event called stop firing. So we are going to just make that down here. Let's just maybe move this down a little bit, and we'll just put it here. Custom event. There we go. Stop firing. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to get our gameplay tags, and we are going to remove gameplay tag, and we're going to do is firing, and we're going to stop it here. Is firing. There we go. Okay, so I believe that's all we need. Yeah, I believe that's all we need there for the gameplay tag, or for the stop firing. Pretty simple. Okay, so coming out of the false branch now, we are gonna call stop firing because we don't want to fire anymore. So now that we've actually added this event, we actually should add it here as well. And then 3, we're gonna stop firing because this is single fire. So we want to stop firing after we fired 1 shot. Okay. The other thing, I'm just going to show you guys something cool. So I did mention that we're going to add some other things here. So what we can do is just add a reroute node, I guess, here. So just hit is it period? Yeah, add a reroute node. Let's comment box this, and we'll just say add muzzle flash. So obviously, yeah, there's going to be a couple things we need to come back to later. So we'll do this now just to, you know, remind us what we're doing here. Add recoil, and then the reticle gunshot sound effects. There we go. Okay, so that in here. One thing we need to add here, so I think you can just comment box anywhere, to be honest, and we'll just say add ammo reload check, because we do need to do that, but that's going to be in another video. Once we start doing the reloading, we're going to do all of the ammo stuff inside our player, and then all that stuff will become applicable, and we can add that in here. So this is literally just to get the gun to fire, but obviously we need to add a bunch of checks later as well. So again, obviously, you know, subscribe, because obviously we got some stuff to do in future videos here. After we do the ammo reload check, if we run out of ammo, we're just going to have a reload event, and then we're going to have a dry fire if we have no ammo left to reload. Okay, so we'll add all that in at a later date, but we do need to add in a line trace as well. So we can probably add that in after muzzle flash, but we do need to create that line trace. So we're going to create another function, and we'll call it hit scan line. Whoops. Yeah, I spelled it right. Line trace. I can't see part of my screen over there because my camera's in the way, but it is what it is, I guess. Okay, so in the hit scan line trace, we need an input for our camera. Okay, the reason we need an input for a camera is because this is going to affect aim down sight later. Because obviously with our hit scan line trace, we're going to be shooting we're going to add some, like, you know, bullet spread and stuff like that. But obviously if we're aiming down sight, we don't want that bullet spread, right? So anyways, camera actor, object reference. That's what we want. I believe we need a reference to our player as well. So we're going to just add that in, player. And oh, whoops, I messed that up. Add a new one, player. Okay, and we'll do BP, whatever you're calling your player in your game these days. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the gameplay tags, and we're gonna ask has tags. Sorry. We are gonna go down to whoops, not hit scan. Well, actually, we do need that one too, but we'll do that in a second. We need to check, here it is, weapon. We need to check if it's the shotgun. Okay, we're gonna do this later, a later video. We're gonna have a special video for the shotgun and the sniper rifle, because they're a little unique. But anyways, yeah, so we want to check and see if it's the shotgun. If it's the shotgun, we're going to be doing some other things in a later video. So we're going to come out of false for now for that. And we're going to get a line trace by channel. So we just literally dealt with this 2 videos ago. Line trace by channel. So yeah, basically for this one, it's a little bit different because we traced our own interact channel before and we used the sphere trace by channel. So this one's going to draw literally a single pixel line from an area that we tell it to, and we're going to be looking for specific actors here. One thing we're going to do here is I actually am curious. I was just thinking about our player reference here because we don't run it off the begin play because I've always run into issues like the weapon initializes before the player and then it doesn't get set properly, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do, this one's fine because when we interact with ground weapons, it's going to get a reference to our player and set that variable. But I'm wondering if, like, for the ones that spawn in our hands, maybe we make this instance editable. Or pardon me, expose on spawn, and let's just open up our first-person character and just add that in to our spawn weapon. Spawn weapon, and spawn actor. Here it is, right here. And if I hit compiled, or do we have to hit compile on our weapon class? Yeah, we do. Variable player is marked as exposed and spawn, but not marked as instance editable. Well, I guess, yeah, we should do that. Okay, compile, and then we go back here, and then it should be here. If I disable this and then plug it in, there it goes. And then we're just going to drag out of here and get a reference to self. Just so it has that variable in there. And let's do the same thing down here. We just got to disconnect this. And yeah, the reason I'm doing this is because in my prep project, I just had a bunch of issues with stuff initializing before the player, and then it just turned into a nightmare. So anyways, this should fix that issue. Little sidetrack there, but I just had like a ADHD thought there. But anyway, so what we're gonna do here is this is all done. We're doing the line trace. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we're inside the line trace. We need to obviously once again tell the line trace where to start. So that's gonna be from our camera. I think we should promote this camera to a local variable. We'll just call it camera. Local camera. Okay. So, yeah, we'll set the local camera there. We're gonna grab the local camera, and we're gonna, god damn it, moving too fast. I really want to play Delta Force. I just started playing that last night, and it's got like, if you guys haven't seen it, it's fairly new. It's like got a really cool Battlefield vibe, and it's on PC and mobile. It's pretty goddamn dope, and I want to play it. But anyways, I want to show you guys how to make this first. So yeah, we're gonna come out of local camera. We're gonna get our world transform. Why can't I just get the regular old world transform? The get world transform scene component? Yes, that's what I want. That is what I want. Okay, so we got the transform here. We're gonna split this struck pin. We're gonna drag location into start. Okay, and then remember that we want to get the direction or the vector for our cameras, because we're gonna be drawing a line right in the middle of our camera. That's where this is. And then we want it to go forward of our camera. So we're going to drag it here. We're going to get forward vector, forward direction of our camera. Okay, we're going to multiply this, and we're going to we got to plug this in first or else it gets all weird. So we're going to add this to the world location and then put it into end here. So we need to right click and convert this to a float. And we got to do some fun things here because we want to add bullet spread, obviously. So I think we need to add a couple more variables. Just looking here. Yeah, so we want to add range, which will be a float, and then one more called spread, or sorry, bullet spread, I guess we'll call it. Okay, we're gonna hit compile after we've made those. We need to actually, convert this back to a, what do we have it as before? Let's just delete this. Sorry, I made a boo-boo. We need to actually split this so that we get the 3 different ones. This is where we're gonna add our randomized kind of, bullet stuff. So like when we're hip firing, we don't want it to be perfectly straight like we are if we're aiming down sight. We wanna add a bit of variation in there. So that's what we're gonna do that here. So we're going to do a random float in range. Okay. And what we're gonna do here, like we should honestly collapse this to a graph because it's gonna be, it just is so messy. We'll do it after though. We're gonna get our bullet spread. Okay, and you're gonna plug bullet spread into minimum, into maximum, and then you're going to multiply by -1 and plug it into minimum. So whatever the bullet spread is, just for the sake of, you know, fun, let's just set a default on here just to have something here. Bullet spread, let's do like, what do I have in my prep project here? I can't zoom in on that. Okay, so 20 is what I had in my prep project. So we got 20, so it's gonna, the maximum is gonna be 20, and the minimum is gonna be -20. Okay, so that's the bullet spread in the X, and then we'll do the X, Y, and Z, to be honest. So yeah, you can set this in each gun at the end of the video there. So, but default is 20 for now, and we can fix all that later. Maybe I will collapse this. We gotta do a couple of other things in here. This is actually quite a messy, you know, line trace node. I'm gonna move this back because it's in my way. We need to add how far we want each individual gun to be able to fire. Obviously the pistol, we're not doing headshots from across the map, right? So, like in some games. Anyway, so we want to grab our range, and we want to multiply, and I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which one it comes through. Anyways, we want to multiply by our forward vector, so we're going to convert this to a vector, and then we're going to plug in forward vector here. So now each gun, let's just set the range for each gun to like 500 by default, just so we have something in there. And yeah, so we're going to multiply the forward vector by 500 units from our camera, and then we're going to get the result out of here, and we need to plug that into here. So then we're going to multiply that number by all of these random bullet spreads, and it's going to basically randomize that rotation, and then we need to plug in our location value into this. All right, so I'm gonna just, you know, re-explain it just to make sure everyone's, you know, got it all figured out, because I had trouble figuring this out when I was learning it. So okay, so we have our world transform of our camera. That's where we're starting the line trace. Okay, then we're getting the forward direction, or the forward vector of our camera. So we're gonna do the line trace forward of the camera. We're going to multiply that by the range of the weapon, which we currently have set by default in the parent class at 500. You can set that for every gun. 500 units in front of the camera, and then we're going to also multiply that 500 units by this random float in range, which is going to basically add some variation and not have it just be a straight line. It's going to be like up and down to the side and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Then we're going to take that and we're going to add that to our location transform, so the start of where our camera was, and then we're going to make that our end point. Okay, so that's what is happening behind the scenes there. So hopefully that makes some sense. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, we need to drag out of actors to ignore and make an array. Three things we need to ignore. The first one is our player, because we don't want to be shooting ourselves. That'd be not good. Okay. We do not, I think we need to, well, we need a reference to self as well. We need a reference to self, and we also need a reference. I don't, we'll see how it goes, because I'm concerned about specifically our other gun that we have in our hand that's not firing. Wondering if it's going to hit that at all, but if we do self, it might ignore it altogether because it's the weapon class. So we'll see how that goes. We'll remove this array element. We'll come back and fix it if there's an issue later. Okay, let's do a draw debug for duration, and the duration is going to be like a second because this can get super annoying. Okay, the trace channel is going to change to camera because we're tracing from the camera. Okay, and then we'll add a branch here. Like we normally do. We will break this, and the one we're gonna be doing a couple of things out of here, but obviously to start we're just gonna do hit actor, and we're going to let's print string, and let's put the hit actor in there. So with the print string, this is where we'll find out if we're going to be hitting stuff that isn't, you know, intended to be hit, like our player, for example, but obviously we have that down here. So the other things we're going to be working with later on when we start shooting bullets, we're gonna do the impact point, and we're gonna put reticles, or pardon me, decals in there. hit bone name, when we shoot an enemy and kill him, it's gonna add force to that bone and then like add some interesting ragdoll stuff. Physical material we'll be working with as well. If we shoot grass, it's gonna like, you know, shoot up dirt and stuff like that. So lots of cool stuff you can do in this break hit result, specifically for the weapons here. Okay, so that is the line trace. So we're gonna hit compile and no error is gonna happen. Great. We're gonna go to the event graph and we're going to add line trace to the end of, let's do the end of minus bullet here. Okay, so we need to grab our player and we need to plug our player in, and then we need to drag out of our player and get our camera. It's like first person camera or something, whatever it's called. First person camera? Yeah, get first person camera, there it is. We're gonna plug that in. Oh, what is the camera component object reference? So we gotta change this to a camera component object reference. There we go. Okay, let's hit compile. That should be it here. What is happening here? Can't connect pins. Oh, because they're a different type. That's right. So I gotta, we gotta delete this. Promote to, sorry, let's not promote to variable arrow. All right, promote to local variable. There we go. Camera, local. Move that back, plug that in, plug that in. Get camera local. So this won't work now. So we're gonna get world transform. Okay. All right. So we did the wrong one, but hey, that's fine. We just fixed it here. So we're gonna split this, and we're gonna plug this into here. We're gonna plug this into here, and we're gonna plug this into here. Okay. So just make sure that's all fixed. So let's hit compile. I knew that node was weird because actually I look in my notes here and I don't have that. So anyways, we're gonna hit compile and then we'll go back to our event graph. I think that's all we need to do, except for creating an input for our gun, because we don't have that yet. So let's go into our input, into our actions, make a new input action, IA_fire. Okay, and then back to our IMC default, and we will add that in here. I can't see because the camera's in the way, so I just gotta do it over here. Mappings, fire, and that will be left mouse button. Triggers, we don't need anything like that. It's literally just all default. Oh, whoops. I changed interact. Left mouse button. There we go. Save. And, okay, so that should be it. Let's, I'm just gonna minimize this because, you know, there's gonna be issues like there is in every video, so. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Derp. Go into your player character and go to the controls and then add that input we just made in there, because otherwise it doesn't work, because noob mistake by me. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our equipped weapon and then we're going to call again, then out of there we're going to get single fire. Okay. We'll do it out of started and he'll hit compile. That should work fine. Perfect. All right, so let's see if this works now. So we're gonna, I think I have the rocket launcher equipped, which is hilarious, because the rocket launcher will not be shooting a hit scan weapon. So one thing actually I did forget is adding a print string here. Print string, and we're gonna add the current ammo, just so we can see that it is indeed working. Okay, so let's, now we'll test it out here. I'm gonna go pick up, like, not the rocket launcher, and just test it out here. So it's not printing our string, so what is happening here? Let's go to AK. So what's failing, obviously, is the can fire. So in the weapon class, let's add in our gameplay tags, let's just make sure, yeah, okay, there we go. So by default, we don't have can fire enabled. So let's actually enable all of these. Can reload, can switch, just as a default. And is that all the ones we want as default? I think so. Okay, so we'll hit compile there, and hopefully that fixes our issue here. Okay, I hit that breakpoint. That's still false. That's interesting. Unless this whole thing's returning false. Let's maybe get rid of the NOR. Let's just screw the ammo. Let's just see if we can get this to work. And now this says it's still false. How is it false though? Unless in the AK it has to be set. Well, it has can fire in there, but it's... oh, it's shooting. Haha, see? Did I decide to do the shooting one instead of the... so this might not even be an issue for you guys, to be honest, but... so let's change that. Let's add the NOR back in. Make sure that that actually works. Compile. Let's have a look. Okay, and this is now still false. That's at least true, but we don't have any ammo left, apparently. Okay, the NOR one is probably not the right node here. Okay, let's have a look. Hit that breakpoint once again. This is true. Let's just remove the breakpoint. Let's just, you know, run it. Okay, there we go. So there, the rocket launcher actually did fire something. There's our line trace. You can't see it when you fire until you like move to the side, I think. But anyways, here's our thing, and you can see that it's publishing the actor that we're hitting, and it's not our player, not our gun, so that's a good sign. Obviously, we're going to be tracing for a couple of different things, like enemies and destructibles, if we feel like adding that in after. But yeah, there you go. So it's printing the string for how much ammo we have, and then we actually shouldn't be firing at all, actually. Oh, derp, I'm silly. We didn't plug in, or I didn't, sorry, I say we, like you know, you guys were the ones that made the mistake. That'd be me. Look, I think and is the one I actually want. Silly me. NOR brain cell in my brain. All right, so that should work. And now the rocket launcher won't shoot again because it has 0 ammo. So perfect. Okay, so that's the firing there. Not as fancy as we'd like. We should probably add, you know, some effects like muzzle flashes, like I said in the last video. So in the next video, we will do the muzzle flash just to add a little bit of flair to it. I actually kind of amalgamated a couple of lessons into this video because I was going to do a couple of these separately, but I didn't think it was going to be that long. So, but yeah, I hope you guys got what you needed out of this video here. If you guys did like the video, please like and subscribe and comment down below. Let me know what you think of the series so far. I've gotten a lot of comments from some people needing some help, or some people that have a bit of suggestions on my content or suggestions for me as a content creator. So I really appreciate those. Definitely join our Discord. I do have a help forum on the Discord, so if you guys are having some issues with any specific video, you can just post on there, and either the wonderful community on the Discord can help you guys out, or I can jump in there and just help you kind of debug what's going on there. So I really hope to see you guys over there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.